Good day, McVeigh, and happy Thursday. Good morning, boys and girls. Please stand to honor our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Boys and girls, you may be seated. Now let's get to our birthdays for today. Happy birthday today to Jeremiah Seal in our 5th grade and Mrs. Holman in our science lab. Okay, so boys and girls, we have a couple of updates. First, let's talk about lunch. So today's lunch is chicken wings, boar's head turkey and cheese, grilled cheese, or bagel. And here's what we would like you to do. Stick with your selection and remember what you ordered. We're having lots of problems with students suddenly deciding they want chocolate milk, changing their mind from whatever. Yesterday was turkey hot dog to, let's say, bagel. Whatever you order is what we will bring. When you were in the lunchroom last year, for example, and you didn't like what you chose, we could just get something else. We don't have that anymore. And there's nobody to go back to the cafeteria to get more food. If you want chocolate milk, you're going to put your name on that list. And if your name isn't on the list, we don't have it. We're not going to bring it for you. You'll have to wait till tomorrow for chocolate milk. All right, let's see if we can do a little bit better with that. Okay, next up, we have some updates from the Get Smart Show. So one is coming from Ashley Zhang, and she says, I found out how monkeys eat their bananas. Now, this is something I brought up probably, 2 weeks ago. She says they peel it from the bottom because it's more efficient. That is true. I also know the answer to how dogs sweat. They sweat through their paws, which is true, and they also sweat through their mouths. All right. Now, Joanne also answered the question about how a monkey would eat a banana. He says, monkeys happen to pinch the bottom of the banana, so the bottom is not the part with the stem, and peel it, then eat it. It's easier to do that, boys and girls, because the stem is the strongest part. The stem is the part that connects the banana to the tree. So that's the strongest part. That's the hardest part to break. So if you hold on the stem, a lot of times you have to move it back and forth to rip the skin, and then you damage the banana beneath it. Whereas if you go from the other end, use your thumbnail or do a little pinch, the banana will peel easily. Okay, but Joanne did a little more research, and he says, did you know that too many bananas are bad for monkeys' teeth and that monkeys can get diabetes? That's true. And we have a little bit of a diagram. You can see that the way that Joanne drew this, the monkey peels from the bottom and not from the top where the stem is. Well done. Okay, for the Get Smart Show today, though, we have a report from Emily Cardali, and it's perfectly timed because tomorrow's report is coming from Emma George, and they're somewhat connected. So, Emily did a report on the moon. All right, so she says, and she gives many, many facts, and I think what I'm going to do with this, because there's a lot of facts in here, is I'm going to come back to this report a couple of different times. But she says the moon is the Earth's only natural satellite. Now, what does it mean, natural satellite? Because the Earth has many satellites. What does it mean that the moon is the Earth's only natural satellite? Let's see if somebody can answer that. Emily gave a definition on that, but I want to see if somebody else can figure that out. Okay, listen carefully. The moon orbits the Earth every 27.3 days, 27 and 3/10 days. What does that sound like? All right. Gravity. She starts to talk about gravity. And one of the cool facts that she speaks about relative to gravity is the lack of gravity on the moon and the lack of atmosphere on the moon. So listen to this cool fact. Because the moon has no atmosphere, it does get very hot and very cold. So it can be up to 250 degrees. That's super duper hot, beyond the boiling point of water for those of you who are scientists out there, and up to negative 280 degrees. That's well beyond freezing. So we have this gravity and atmosphere. Does anybody know what gravity is and what an atmosphere is? There's a lot to this report, so I'm going to keep coming back to this because I would like for us to learn lots of things about our Earth, the moon, and our universe, the solar system, and this report can help. All right, last fact for today. Listen to this carefully. The moon is 250,000 miles away from the Earth. So she estimated how long that would take if you were able to drive your car there. How long do you think it would take? It would take 130 days. That is a very, very long time. But what she doesn't say is how fast you would have to drive to get there in 130 days. So I'm putting this out there to some of our mathematicians. If the moon is 250,000 miles away and it takes 130 days to get there, how fast would you be driving? All right, more to follow on this report. Okay, now, just to touch base on our Get Smart Through Art, I have some more to share with you today. 3 more for today. Love that people are getting smart through art. This one is coming from Gabe Waltman in room 224, and this is Halloween candy. Those look like candy corns to me, and I love candy corns. Actually, it could also be Halloween night, and somebody's going to a house trick-or-treating. Good work, Gabe. All right. This one is by Mark Shelley in 203. That looks like a pumpkin patch to me. Nice work, Mark. All right, next up, this is Layla Aravallo, and this is Candy. Layla's in room 226. There's Candy, and you can also see the pumpkins for Halloween. Well done. So keep getting smart through art. And finally, we have our Mighty Kind moment of the day. I'll get our drum roll. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you know what? Before we get there, just one final thing. Lost and found. Now we have 4 jackets there. Boys and girls, when you walk through the hallway, make sure you stop by and see if the jacket or sweatshirt you're missing is there. But getting back to our Mighty Kind moment of the day. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So, again, this is coming right out of McVeigh. And this one was brought to me by Mr. Sonderson. So he saw Emmanuel today do something super duper mighty kind. Here's what happened. Again, we had one of those situations where the food that was delivered to our class, or one of our classrooms, was different than what the boys and girls in the class said they ordered. So there were 2 hot dogs for 3 people. And Manuel said, I'll wait. So he's the one who said, I'll wait, while the others got to eat right away. That was super duper mighty kind. Thank you, Emmanuel, and thank you, Mr. Sorensen, for sharing that with us. Boys and girls, it's little things like that that make a big difference. And when you do something good for somebody else, you feel good inside. So we had somebody giving up their turn in Hungry Hippos the day before yesterday. And just yesterday, Emmanuel doing that. So boys and girls, that's an awesome job. I'm super proud of you. I know everybody can do that. Why? Because you're mighty minds. Not only that, you're mighty kind, mighty minds. And every day is a great day to get smart and be kind to both each other and the earth. Let's have a wonderful day.